Welcome back to GreenTGarden. It's April month and it's time for springtime, baby. It's time for we to start our garden, all right? If you did not seed, I suggest you guys stop this video right now and go seed. But I have to tell you, you ask for a beginner, you have to make sure you're seeding, you're planting the right crops for the right temperature. Right here, baby. All right, so we're going to do a quick checklist to make sure you guys are up to date with every single thing you need for spring weather. And I have to tell you something. If you're not up to date with every single thing, you could miss this growing season, which is the springtime right now. Spring crops will not survive in summertime. Always remember that. Spring crops weather, it's most likely will be in the low 40s to the high 60s. Anything over 70 degrees, most of your spring plant will bolt and you will not have a harvest or have a plant or any single thing. You will eventually have to force yourself to grow summer crops, which we love, but we still want to enjoy spring crops, right? So we want to make sure we seed right now indoor. If you're seeding indoor and you're going to start seed, make sure you have seed in trays, seed in cups, seed in pots, whatever you guys do, make sure you have. If you use these seed in trays like this with the cell blocks, do 1 to 2 seedlings. Do not do 3, 4, 5, 6. I see some people seed like 8 to 10 seedlings in this little tiny spot. If you have that much seedlings, it's not enough room. The roots are going to grow. The plants are going to barely be like 3 inch, and you're going to either have to transplant or eventually all those plants will die. So avoid crowding a little spot with too much seedlings. Let's go through a quick checklist. The first thing you're going to do is to start seed inside. You got to make sure you're seeding the right plants. Check in the description box below. I'm going to leave a whole list of all the plants that you could plant, like spinach, cauliflower, broccoli, lettuce, so on. The other thing I'm going to tell you, do not throw away your soil. If you have old soil in containers, empty your old, listen, pick a spot in your backyard garden, empty all the old soil in an area, and then run through the soil. Try to mix it up. Make sure there's no rocks, there's no bricks and woods and stuff like that. Remove anything. And then add compost. If you don't have compost, add organic fertilizer. Doesn't matter what brand of organic fertilizer. Just try to get organic fertilizer, all right? That's to feed the soil. We have to feed the soil so that we have a healthy soil. And then you add fresh soil. You buy a couple bags of soil and you mix it into that old soil with the compost or fertilizer and mix it all up. And then fill your containers back up or either your raised bed. And what to do, get a hose and just water it so everything kind of like break down together. The other thing I'm going to tell you what to do, whether you're going to grow in a raised bed or you're growing in ground, de-weeds. The one thing you have to do is weed. As you can see, I start remove all the weeds over there, which I have to come here next. Pull out all the weeds, put it in your compost. If you have dead plants, dry plants, put them in your compost. Less weed, less mess, less bugs in a clean garden. These garden twine string, do not reuse them. I made my trellis and stuff last year. Do not reuse them. They're not gonna make it. Just put new string back. We take all that out. Remove all your weed as possible. No weed, please. I know a lot of people like the weeds, but the weeds brings in a lot of unwanted bugs that we don't need. If you have any old containers, just wash them out and reuse them. If you're gonna use new containers, make sure you drill and make a lot of holes so excess water can run through and you get good airflow. The other thing I'm gonna tell you guys to use name tags. Always name the plants. Write the name of the plants. Don't tell yourself, I'm gonna remember. No. The reason why you want to do this is because some plants are big, some are small. So you want to make sure you plant that plant in the right size of container or space them out right enough. I'm going to tell you, any seed in trays or seed in pots you use, don't throw them out. Use them back for summer crops, fall crops, and years. I had this about 2-3 years maybe. So I reuse every single thing I can. All my containers, every single thing you see in my greenhouse, I reuse as I could reuse because it's very expensive. Stuff is very expensive. As in the description box for the seedlings, for seeds and a garden bed and all that, I have different links in there. I have discount code for almost every single thing, so you guys do not have to pay full price. All right, when you watch with Green Tea, you don't have to pay full price on certain stuff. All right, have another 3 weeks for spring. Start seed now indoor. If you have a 2 weeks, start seed now. 1 week, start seed now. And start clean your garden. Clean your garden. Boost those old soil up. Use compost. Use fertilizer. And you need it. Especially if we have a garden season like New York here, we only have a couple months. We want to make sure we have our soil at top peak. We have the healthiest soil, so we have big production, good production, and healthy plants. Coming up here, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to be planting, we're going to be transplanting, we're going to be seeding more. I seed extra because, oh, another thing, if you're going to seed 4 tomato plants indoor, I would say do about 6 tomato plants. Just in case 2 of them didn't make it, you have exactly extra plants. But don't plant the whole pack of seed, because then you're going to have so much plants you don't have enough space. So thank you to everybody who's been watching and supporting GreenTGarden. I really appreciate you guys. And thank you for everyone who just joined, and welcome to GreenTGarden. We're all about growing a better backyard garden together. In-ground, container, raised bed. And we're trying to keep it organic as possible I could go, which is more healthier for our body and healthier lifestyle. So, and if you're new and you're now watching this, click the subscribe button. It's free. Click the bell icon. Every time I upload a video, you guys will get it right away. And it helps my channel grow. It helps me reach more people. And it's all free. And I do appreciate you guys subscribing, like, and support, and taking the time to watch and comment with GreenTGarden. Happy spring gardening.